Well, you could at least call them a saving grace. Some do. There was one type of business deemed essential from the start of the pandemic that helped families living paycheck to paycheck. Pawn shops, as it turns out. WPTV News Channel 5's Michelle Casada explains how pawning did get some people through the pandemic and how the industry reaped rewards when cash began to flow again.
This is actually our history.
Typically searching for precious antiques, Andrew Charbonneau says this year, treasure hunting took a back seat in the pawn shop industry.
I think we're all in a situation we're not used to, so everybody's doing what we call survival.
Owner of Palm Beach Pawn King in North Palm Beach and two other pawn shops in West Palm Beach and Delray Beach, Charbonneau saw firsthand what the lockdown in March did to local families.
We have a lot of nervous individuals who've never pawned before in their life, and they were in a situation, had nowhere to go, no other avenues to obtain cash.
Some bank branches were temporarily closed, hours reduced in others, but those in the pawning business were open.
The essential aspect of what we do was very important for the community because the bank will not lend you on your cell phone, won't lend you on your computer.
The COVID-19 pandemic put thousands of people in Palm Beach County out of work. According to statistics from the State Department of Economic Opportunity, the city hit hardest was Boynton Beach, where in just 30 days, the unemployment rate increased from 4.7 in March to 17.5 in April.
They would come in and say, oh, I lost my job to the pandemic and whatnot, and it was just, sad.
Bobby Gloyd at GNC Pawn Shop in Boynton Beach says to pay mortgages or rent,
This one's about $2,000 right here.
people pawn the items that hold the most value.
Yeah, gold's always good. It's easier to sell. It also has a lot of value.
Family heirlooms, anything jewelry related that has emotional pass down value, meaning sentimental value, we did see a lot of that. It wasn't so much selling. They were still nervous about losing it because they didn't know if they were going to be able to pick it back up.
When those stimulus and unemployment checks did start coming through, pawn shops say business shifted to sales. They were selling laptops, gaming systems, anything that could help people get through quarantine.
Everybody was looking for laptops, I guess when the kids were being homeschooled.
PS4 was one of the big things. If I had 500 of them, they'd be sold probably within a week at the time period.
Musical instruments, tools for home improvements, all among the hot commodities. And then there were items people couldn't find in retail stores.
Bike sales were very, very high. I would say that's 75% plus increase. Workout equipment, again, we're not used to selling that. It usually sits on the shelves. So there was a lot of increases in fields that I would never project in the future would be the same.
Most pawn shop owners say people not only came back for their pawned items when they got their stimulus checks, they bought more.
iPad Air, a lot of people looking for that.
The newest thing is like sneakers. They've been easier to sell than tools. It's nuts.
With 2020 almost at a close, pawn shop owners like Charbonneau, who've been in the business for 40 plus years, say they could have never predicted business trends this year. And with a third wave of COVID-19 in motion, they don't expect to know what the holiday season will be like.
There's no way anybody can predict how this Christmas season is going to unfold.
Michelle Casada, WPTV News Channel 5.